First, we'd like to ask you if you'd be happy to share an extract of this discussion on the website
Yes, that's absolutely fine.
and to transcribe your responses to users' data.
Yes, that's fine.
Okay. Are you a student, teacher or lecturer, and from which country?
I'm a teacher and I'm from England.
So thinking about the overall DLab project, can you describe what you've gained?
Working collaboratively with other countries and other schools and universities and students, that's probably the biggest skill, I guess, is working with lots of new people that I've never met before, which has been nice, and learning about different countries has been interesting as well. So.
How do you think your involvement has impacted or will impact on your own practice?
We are quite fortunate in our school that we do quite a lot of digital stuff anyway, so we're always quite ahead of the game with lots of things. So I suppose instead of learning lots of new things, it's probably helped me to use things more in the classroom.
Have there been any particular challenges?
The main challenge, I think, is the organisation. I'm a very organised person. I like everything to be planned ahead. And particularly last year, I felt that I was uncertain about how it was all panning out and where I needed to be at which time and the deadlines and things. I think this year's been more organised, and I've known a little bit more about the points that I need to get to and things. And that's probably for me the biggest challenge is not really knowing which step comes next and what to complete. As well as sometimes working with other schools is harder because I work with quite young children. So mine are the youngest in the project, and when you're trying to do something similar to a whole load of older children, it's quite hard because the expectation obviously is lower.
Have there been any benefits or challenges of teachers, lecturers and students working alongside each other?
No, I think in England it would have been nice to have had the same students the whole way, but obviously that wouldn't have worked because of placements and the way that the course works and everything else, because we've had a lot of students that have been back in the classroom, so that's been really, really nice. The problem with the other countries with the students is that a lot of the students have only done a year, so you build up a relationship with them, you work with them, you get to know the class, and then they go. So that has been hard. But teachers and lecturers, no, definitely not.
Have there been any benefits or challenges in the planning stages or in the classroom?
Not in the classroom, that's been fine. Possibly the planning, because the different age groups, so I've been doing slightly different things to someone else on the same theme. So now what we've got to do is try and translate that into the lesson plans and the Padlets, when it's essentially almost different activities.
And have there been any benefits or challenges while making the MOOC or with the international days?
Yeah, it's been really fun. The children got really into it. They now know, and they know when I'm away what I'm doing, and they've seen the people on the screen that we've spoken to, who I'm with, and I've managed to connect with them when I'm away, which has been nice. So that's been good for the children, and just working with different schools, I guess, countries.
Focusing on the perspective of student teachers, how does DLab way of working compare with their regular training experiences?
I suppose just a different way of thinking, isn't it, sometimes, and introducing the different concepts of how you could work and ideas into the classroom. So it's not just going into a classroom teaching, it's using different things and thinking outside the box slightly, I suppose. So it would be interesting. As long as it's simple, I do find sometimes it's not that easy to find the information on the MOOC. And if you weren't that au fait with using different things like this as a student, you probably might not access the right resources at the right time.
Focusing on the school pupils, were there any challenges or benefits, and how does this way of working compare with their regular lessons?
Sometimes it's hard because I have got children that I can't photograph and have on Twitter and things like that, so that adds a bit of a challenge in, just for safeguarding reasons. So that's hard when you're trying to capture the whole lot. But no, the children, everybody was able to access everything we've done, whatever ability they are, whatever language they speak. That was good because we've got a lot of EAL children in our class. That they all listened to the instructions and then they got on and did the activity, so it's good. And they all really, really enjoyed it. They did the magnification one was probably their favourite one that we've done. Well, actually the Keysy one was really fun, but it was hard in the classroom with the Keysy one because there's a lot of noise going on around. You almost needed a classroom for every group to work in, so the sounds were really, really clear. But no, it's been fun. They've loved it.
Can you identify which aspects of DLab project have been most useful for you?
Probably a Padlet, to be honest. Learning how to use a Padlet, which is really simple, is the best thing I've done. And I taught a class the other day. I did something I've never ever done in the whole of my time I've been teaching. Was I recorded it in my voice into the Padlet in the night. They'd done a piece of writing and I wanted them to extend it, but I didn't have time to work with them because I was working with another group. So I made a Padlet with 3 lots of instructions in, like stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. Didn't introduce any of it at all. Put a QR code up on the board so they accessed it with their iPad. They put the headphones on and they basically got taught by me, but I wasn't there, if that makes sense. And it worked. They all did it. It was brilliant. It was absolutely brilliant. So that was one thing I have done off this. I wouldn't have done that had I not. So yeah, that was good.
Is there anything you'd do differently?
Just the organisation. That was all I would say. I find it hard not. I don't always know where I need to be next and what I need to be doing next. And I guess that's when you work collaboratively in a big group, that is quite a hard challenge. But I think for me that would be the biggest thing, but that's only because I like to be really organised and plan ahead.
And lastly, is there anything you'd like to add about how you feel the project's gone?
Not really, I think it's gone as it should have been. It's kind of developed as I think everybody hoped it would. It's been fun going to the other countries. I do find it hard. I don't find the travelling hard, but I find the time out of the classroom quite hard. This time of year, so this is the second time we've done it. This is a short term, it's only 6 weeks, and essentially I've had to give up a week of teaching in my SATs term for my year 2s, which is quite a lot to give up. So this time of year is a really hard time for me to come out of the classroom. And I don't think many of the other countries have any statutory testing like we have in England, so obviously Wayne's the same in year 6. It's taken that time out of the classroom when I think sometimes we could almost do it as a conference call type thing to get the work done. I don't know. The travelling is fun and I've enjoyed being away, but it is quite a big commitment to come out of school for a whole week.
Yeah, that's all. Thank you very much.